As year 2 of the Hugh Freeze era approaches on the Plains, these are 3 big questions the Auburn Tigers need to answer this spring. Hello, everyone. I'm Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that bell icon as well so you get notifications of when we go live and when we drop new video content, which is each and every single day. Also, guys, check out the podcast, which drops daily on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, we are there. And, of course, guys, stay up to date with the latest from us over at our website, SECUnfiltered.com. The following is brought to you by our friends, guys, over at RHOBACK. Head over to RHOBACK.com. That's RHOBACK.com. Use the promo code SECU at checkout to receive 20% off your first purchase. Guys, Roeback is some of the best clothing I've ever worn, whether I'm around the house, shooting content, running errands, I'm on the golf course, I'm at the ball game. I'm typically rocking my Roeback. The only reason I don't wear it every single day, guys, is because at some point, it's got to get washed. So I got to load up on more because, hey, yours truly, I'm a big golfer, love to get out on the golf course, and I love wearing it out there, so I need even more of it. And, guys, hey, if you're not seeing Roeback at this point, I don't know what rock you're living under, guys. Stars like Jalen Milroe, Ed Orgeron, they're rocking with the brand. Professional golfers out there as well. And again, guys, it's great for any occasion, whether it's their polos, their quarter zips, their hoodies. They've also got women's apparel. So you want to get your wife or your girlfriend or your daughter, or whoever it is in your life, something, Roeback is the way to go. We're going to save you 20%, guys. Roeback.com, promo code SECU. Again, that's Roeback.com, promo code SECU at checkout for 20% off your entire order on your first purchase. Now, guys, like I mentioned, Hugh Freeze, the Hugh Freeze era enters year 2, and a big year 2 as expectations are sky high. We're talking Auburn maybe as a dark horse for the college ball playoff. Before we get there, though, this spring ball, pivotal as they've hit the practice field. These are 3 big questions that the Auburn Tigers need to answer this spring. Number 1, what does Hugh Freeze taking over play calling duties mean for the development of Payton Thorne? Guys, listen, I'm not a Payton Thorne guy. I'll admit that right now. At least based off of what we saw last year and heading into 2024, I'm not a Payton Thorne guy. And I'm not a Payton Thorne guy from the standpoint of, guys, like, is Payton Thorne an okay quarterback? Sure. Is he a quarterback that you can go 500 or better with? Yes. But when we're talking about what the expectations are for Auburn football and going into year 2, make no mistake, the expectations are high. I think Hugh Freeze got a grace year in year 1. Hey, it's the first year, new culture, new scheme, new everything. Everything's new, right? So, hey, just get to a bowl game. You got to retool the roster, totally get it. But, guys, we're in this transfer portal NIL era of college football. Hugh Freeze, even Hugh Freeze, is not going to get 5 years to get it going. If we get to year 3 or year 4 and Auburn's still at 6 wins and they're still doing stuff like they did last year, he won't be there anymore. So winning and winning now is important. And so when it comes to winning 8, 9, maybe more than that, I doubt that Payton Thorne is that dude based off of what we saw last year. Every single time he played a half-decent defense, the guy faltered. But if there's anybody out there that can get the very best out of Payton Thorne and turn him into one of the SEC's best signal callers, or at least a surprise signal caller, it's Hugh Freeze. And now with Hugh Freeze taking over the play calling duties, what does this all of a sudden mean for his development and the upside of Payton Thorne and the type of player he can be? Because obviously, Hugh Freeze is a big fan of this kid. Hugh Freeze likes this kid a lot. Hugh Freeze likes what he brings to his offense. So, should we be more bullish on Payton Thorne? This spring, though, with the different dynamic now of Hugh Freeze got his hands all over the offensive play calling, it should spell success for that group. But ultimately, what does it mean for Payton Thorne? And I know you can't draw conclusions from a spring game, but for example, we need to see him look better in that. in the spring game. Show mastery of the offense, show efficiency, show confidence, right? Build off of that going into summer, and all of a sudden it sets up well for a big 2024. So what does Hugh Freeze taking over the controls? What does it mean for Payton Thorne? Can he take the next step and evolve as the Auburn Tigers starting quarterback? Guys, my second big question is this. How quickly does Cam Coleman turn into a star on the outside? Of course, an early enrollee, guys, and I saw a piece from an Auburn newspaper earlier this morning talking about Cam Coleman was easy to spot, right? And I think it's a matter of when, not if, this kid becomes a star on the Plains. I think this is why you love the whole early enrollee thing, right? Guys are able to get out there and get their feet wet and start making an impact early. Cam Coleman is a guy that I fully expect to have a big spring. But, obviously, again, it's brand new. You're drinking water out of a fire hose, right? You got to become accustomed to the play calling and the speed of the game and going up against SEC defensive backs and what have you. So how quickly can Cam Coleman grasp all that? And how quickly, guys, is he turning heads? Because I think, again, it's a matter of when, not if. Cam Coleman's going to be a big-time playmaker for Auburn. I think he's got one of those dudes. He's one of those guys, freshman all-SEC, written all over him, right? Freshman all-SEC, written all over him going into 2024. He's got the size. He's got the speed. Again, they're already talking, guys. Hey, he's turning heads out there, and it's a guy that you see him, you know exactly who that is because of the presence that he has. I'm really excited in Auburn's spring game to get a look at Cam Coleman, our first glimpse at him. Maybe he makes a couple big plays and the hype train even continues, but how quickly can he turn into that star for the Auburn Tigers? And it's a pivotal spring for a guy like Cam Coleman, a youngster who, again, learning everything, first time going through spring ball, first time at the college ranks, if you will. Really, really big spring for him in regards to getting ready for the 2024 season and preparing to make a big splash as a true freshman. And guys, my third and final question is this. And this is something that truly, guys, you lay the groundwork in regards to your culture and the characteristics of your football team. My third and final question is, can the Auburn Tigers learn how to finish? Can they learn how to finish? Because that's what they did not do last year, right? Had Georgia on the ropes. Had Bama on the ropes, right? New Mexico State and Maryland were complete washes. But even those games, like New Mexico State, the mentality in that football game was off from the start. But there were opportunities there for Auburn, guys, to not just be a nice story in year one, but to be a contender to a degree, to make some serious waves in the national college ball landscape, and they were not able to do it. Auburn has to learn how to finish when they get in those positions again. And that's why I said, guys, after the Alabama game, you know what? It's heartbreaking. It's demoralizing. But if they're able to approach that thing the right way and use that as a learning tool, as a lesson, if you will, right? And they hammer that in this spring and all throughout summer and preseason camp in the fall, like, that can be a really, really valuable thing, right? They say you learn far more in failure than you do in success. And so if Auburn as a football team and a football program can learn from that and implement that in regards to, hey, we know the errors and the mistakes we made, we got to finish. Like, I would imagine finishing is a big part of what Auburn's preaching this spring. Going to be a big part of what they preach going into Hugh Freeze's second year, because I have a feeling, guys, there's going to be opportunities again. Hugh Freeze is too good of a coach not to be in those positions, right? And the roster is only getting better from recruiting, from the portal, et cetera. So can the Auburn Tigers learn how to finish? When they get back in those positions, can they make the plays necessary, right? Can they put their foot on the opponent's throat, leave no doubt, and finish the job? So, again, my three big questions, guys, the Auburn Tigers need to answer this spring. Number one, what does Hugh Freeze taking over play calling duties mean for the development of Payton Thorne? Two, how quickly does Cam Coleman turn into a star on the outside? And number three, can the Auburn Tigers learn how to finish heading into 2024? Guys, it's going to do it all for me. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that bell icon as well so you get notifications of when we go live and when we drop new video content, which is each and every single day. Also, guys, check out the podcast, which drops daily on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, we are there. And of course, guys, stay up to date with the latest from us at our website, SECUnfiltered.com. Until next time, guys, I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in, and we'll catch you on the other side.